Друзья, мы продолжаем.
Friends, we are continuing. Working with people is one of the most challenging jobs. All of us, in one way or another, have to deal with other people. Be a director, a supervisor, an HR specialist, or a line manager. We will talk to our guests about how artificial intelligence is applied to working with employees. Galina Chertkova, HR Director of MTS AI, and Igor Nikitin, CEO of WMT Group. Hello, hello, good afternoon. Well, we discussed with guests from other tracks who work at the intersection of psychology and artificial intelligence, various aspects of burnout and the need for psychological support for the team. Working with, that through the pandemic, the career track, working with talent and employees is crucial in the context of tech changes. Looking at this research, the studies, 86% of HR managers believe that HR function will become more automated and tech-enabled, while traditional HR tasks and skills will consist of scenario planning and analytics. Galina, would you agree that you will be more automated? I would add that, in my opinion, that human-to-human work will remain in the human domain, and HR will stick to, with the humans. How will automation might look like? Well, I would fully agree with the results of this study. AI will certainly help to simplify HR work in a big way. Along lots of tracks, the simplest thing, vacation processing, application processing, sick leave processing, and you can write a lot of text. You can write all kinds of scorecards. There'll be a lot of information lying around. But then an HR specialist is going to come to the HR service, and people will forget how to do the simplest thing, right? And a vacation application. Some kind of a virtual assistant, a chatbot, will have to absorb all the formal knowledge from the databases and give quick and effective answers to employees. That is a great indication of automation. And this is how a lot of routine will be lightened up for HR specialists. Yeah, this de-routinization that we keep talking about. It's not just planning, it's not just accounting. Yeah, that was just a very superficial example. Well, okay, why don't we go deeper? What can happen over a longer horizon? A longer-term horizon? Well, you remembered those vacation applications. This is a continuous battle in all kinds of teams. I want the holiday taken at the time where you want the holiday taken. There's all kinds of overtime work. How do you fine-tune the work with this? Where do you see the deepening? Well, HR is a vast domain. There's production, there's recruitment, there's talent development, and everywhere you can do automation and simplification. For the experts to do better quality work. Certainly, human-to-human will be part of the HR work. No one wants to talk to the robot. Let me just give you a task to do. You lead a team, a section, and you need to choose between two candidates for a leader of a group inside your section. You'll be doing this subjectively, based on, certain effectiveness and efficiency analysis, how they relate to humans, what kind of soft skills they have. And an AI assistant will help you to analyze a track record of a given employee over any period of time and give you a prompt to help you with this choice. The final decision for any HR-related issue will be lying with humans. And AI is going to be an assistant that will help with more weighed up and objective decisions. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of development for the AI engines. Yeah, a lot of time to work with them. Igor, I know you introduced that in your company. Yeah, that's system. Yeah. Well, I have not yet had the chance to study that, but it looks like you've done something related to the empathy. What is AI doing in your company, specifically on HR in your company? Well, as an IT company, we do a lot of contract development, and this is one of the projects that we did for one of our clients. This is some kind of a research effort inside our company. Empathy can be used, the engine can be used as an emotional scanner, as an augmented communication engine. We know there's augmented reality scanners, and we developed this augmented communication engine. This is a co-pilot, this is an assistant that helps you to understand your condition, stress-related, motivation-related, certain communicative and psychological needs to help you navigate the vast pool of communications. We are mental workers, never mind the tapping away at keyboards. We mostly talk, all kinds of meetings, dailies, weeklies. Someone did some kind of a task, you need to discuss something.
And this is where we decided to delve deep. Conflict is something that we want to avoid. Like, how do you do that? Like, maybe to fine-tune a more effective work within a team, to create a better climate and environment. And we understood that half of the conflicts are related not to the situation, like the missed deadline or there was some a top-down negative feedback, but about the way we communicate and how we go through that stage. And this is where our software helps us to reduce stress. It can be of different types of stress, and you will be able to tune with yourself and with your colleagues. And it's an area of research, and it's still being developed, and we continue to train our neural networks here. Igor, I have two questions then. The first is, those who don't know about empathy, how does it work really? A person is onboarded, the system is used for the first day, and how can we work without conflicts? Okay, and I'll add right away. How does it attenuate conflicts? Does it say, hey, bro, chill out, you're using the wrong words in the corporate messenger, how does it work? Yeah, and I would like to add another question. Too many questions, guys. Yeah, but anyway, you should not attenuate the boiling conflict, like the conflict situation. Well, really, I never experienced that. Yeah, but anyway, there's some kind of the boiling period when people have conflicts, and it's important to speak your mind out, and then you will be able to resolve this conflict, because if you do not have this conflict of interest discussion, the teamwork might not happen. Maybe I'm wrong, but still. Yeah, I do agree with you here, but in Latin, conflict means clash. There's no problem in a clash. Initially, we're sitting at a round table. We have come to have a meeting. For what? For each of us to express an opinion that may be different from each other, and that's the strength of the team, the difference in thinking and approaches to problem solving. These approaches clash when some say one thing and some others say the other thing, but that's the essence of teamwork, and that's what we put the team together for. The key task is to choose the best solution from the proposed ones and come up with a new one. But we're so used to conflict being bad, that's the kind of a connotation. But the conflict that has not been resolved and that turns into a shouting match or a frozen conflict, that is bad. But the clash of opinions is good. So I do agree, a team without a clash of opinions is a weak team. It is important for us to be able to communicate effectively and to go through that. How do we communicate as the conflict goes? Here we might say some wrong words, and this is a psychology-related issue. And here we help people to better understand their emotions, to tune to their emotions, and to turn back to their comfort zone quicker. But tell me though, how is it working in real life? I don't quite understand how can you integrate that, especially in real time. And what some software will tell me how to work with colleagues. I've been working in this software for 40 years. Yeah, it's like this joke. You can't skip me. I've been working in the industry for 30 years. Look, there's a lot of customized approaches here. The entire team is for customization and individual approach. I'm not imposing any decisions on how to use the software. You can just look at your stress level, and it is shown during your communication as you talk with your colleagues through video conferencing software. The software helps you understand if you're under stress right now. And then there are trained neurons that pull out some communication patterns, a couple of them in any language. And you can understand whether you're under stress right now or not. You can switch the recommendations on or switch them off. But we made a research. There is such a thing as motivation. Some people say, there's monetary motivation, maybe we need to increase the salary or bonus, but it turns out there are other types of motivation, including communicative motivation, where a person can be motivated to some interesting task just by the way you talk about it. And that's the function of our language. There is a motivator phrase or motivational energy or transparency of our communication, It's when people stop understanding each other while communicating, then we fall into this first level of stress and then the second level of stress. But, understanding, okay, what is filter communication, right? We speak one language, but we don't hear each other. I don't want to go deep into that technology, but I'll just say that we can see the results it'll deliver. It can identify the form of communication, and it will give you a recommendation. Okay, you need to change the communication style, and you begin to understand each other. And you just need to relax a little bit. And understanding is the way to peaceful existence within the team. I have a naive question. Anyway, this is a technical solution. How does it work in real life? Okay, a naive question. How does this machine that has, sorry for that question, has no soul? Well, that's up for the debate. Okay, maybe it has soul, but how does empathy connect with AI here? It is good at reading some things, or what? This is a very good question, which is about imitation. Now, okay, how do you understand whether AI imitates empathy or whether it can actually experience emotions? And how do you understand whether it can feel it or not? Because when we're talking about AI, we used to imagine it as some big miracle, but now it's a field of knowledge. Artificial emotional intelligence, yeah, that was the word that I've been hearing for the last 5 years. The word was commodity, yeah, it is a commodity, but we're talking about films that talk about the future. We do not expect the AI to come, but we expect the artificial emotional intelligence. We are waiting for an artificial personality that will communicate with us as we communicate with each other. It might be a robot or a screen, but the main channel of our communication, human communication, is emotional. We think we exchange information, but that's not exactly so. We exchange emotional states. Some people understand their emotions better. Some are empathetic. Frankly, I'm really bad at understanding emotions. I need an assistant who will tell me what to pay attention to. Okay, Galina, you're also involved in chatbot development and implementing AI in HR processes. Okay, removing routine tasks. That's understandable. I'm not going to talk about the market, HR market right now, the talent market. There's a big churn on the labor market, lack of employees. The young applicants, young employees have specific preferences. And, they say, okay, I do not think any AI-driven emotional solution will help me, But how do you use AI to work on these all challenges, to address these challenges? Because young employees have different peculiarities and unique needs. Okay, I'll start answering your question from the last part. Will AI make a decision to fire someone to make them stay? No, because AI is an assistant, and human will have to supervise the process. So, please, viewers, don't worry. But still, I listened carefully to my colleague, and I realized that if you put this fantastic product together with predictive analytical solution on the staff churn, the story would be fantastic, because if you use analytics to identify employees who are having a hard time working in certain aggressive corporate environments, or a person is introverted and they have a hard time communicating, then this product could help them, going back to de-routinization, as you call it, removing the mundane tasks. Now, all HR teams and recruiters of IT companies will appreciate me, will understand me. There's so much competition for talent that we no longer know what to offer to employees, how to lure them to our companies. Very hard. So if AI helps us to pass CVs in open sources and provide analytics that this candidate is 80% in line to the company's requirements and values, it can identify weaknesses and strengths, the recruiters will have their time freed up for other important projects. The projects that are focused on developing our staff and, some strategic things. And it looks absolutely fantastic right now. Well, is it really being done now? We know very well that we have one major service in the recruitment market that passes CVs from the entire market and provides a huge volume of analytics. But, I don't remember, 8-10 years ago, the head of an IT company showed me a product that could analyze employee correspondence and, working in line with all of the laws and regulations, but it can read the employee correspondence and predict with 99% probability that a person is going to quit within a certain period of time. Yeah, and that was a decade ago. Yeah, that's predictive analytics. But the systems that Igor is developing. Now, why is it rather poorly implemented? Why doesn't it work? It's quite easy to explain. In order for this analytics to work, you have to do very thorough and deep homework. You must have all your business processes very clearly laid out. For example, all correspondence must be going via email, not Telegram or other messages. All employees should allow you to analyze their correspondence, because then we're going back to this ethical issues. Personal data processing has to be with consent in terms of the law, but the correspondence, business correspondence, not. Yes, but in terms of the corporate culture and your attitude to your team, this reading correspondence of employees might raise some eyebrows. So for this system to work, you need to prepare, to do a lot of preparatory work. Let's talk about this preparatory work. This autumn we conducted a fairly large survey among 19,000 internet users. 46% of women, 55% of men surveyed in work, 30% work in IT, age group 30-50 years old. So the question was, do you use AI in your work? Yes, pretty often, 9%. Yes, but rarely 13%. Yes, but I plan in the future, 23%. No, and I don't plan to, 55%. So it's like more than 50% of the IT experts. Second question, have you received training in IT? Yes, I took a course on my own, 10%. Yes, I took a course at the request of my employer, 4%. No. And do not plan to train, 59%. So these are IT experts. They do not plan to have any AI training. So 30, 50 years old IT experts. That's the peak. Well, as for the 25, 30-year-old employees, the figures might be different. Yes, the stats will be different, I think. Maybe if you talk about 14, 18 years old, the figures will be different. But anyway, 30, 50-year-old are the backbone of any economy. But how do you prepare, how do you do the homework? How do you encourage people to use AI and train in AI? They don't understand the value? Yes, because there's not a lot of PR, there's not a lot of things not a lot of events that would discuss the benefits. Consultant in AI implementation, that will be one of the jobs of the future, by the way. You know, IT companies, big and small, that are implementing IT technologies, and they look at all of the trends, are very effective. But if you talk about a factory in a region, you know, and there's some engineering work in profession, well, this is someone where you have to encourage using AI. One of our company, Vision Labs, that works in computer vision labs. Fantastic guys, yeah, absolutely fantastic. But to make the worker understand, or a foreman understand that this AI will help you, you need to have a person who will come and say, AI is great, it's not painful, it's good, it's your help, you shouldn't be afraid of that. And it's a ready-made product, and you can actually understand how to work it. But in terms of training, I think that our educational system is lagging behind the technology development. We know for sure that we have a number of partnerships with great universities, and these universities, they come to us and ask us, who do you want us to train? Then you will get them on your internships and employ them, but you need to identify this need for the future. But it's good they're coming to you. Igor, do you have your own silver bullet, so to speak, or we don't need to change anything? Lifelong learning and all of that, you know, everything is kind of you know, the commodity, all these buzzwords. Yeah, these buzzwords, they're present. Okay, I'll try to avoid them. But anyway, is there a way to do something about it, you know? And Elsa started to talk about that. Like maybe AI will put some new areas in talent management and working with the employees. Well, what do we need to do? We need specific examples and information about AI. There's a lot of hype about AI. The belief in the fact that AI can deliver some useful benefits, not really, because people played with GigaChat or ChatGPT, and that was just okay. But you need specific cases and to explain what specific cases are beneficial for the businesses. And this is especially relevant when in Russia there's such a low unemployment rate. And we have become a company, a system integrator company. We are specializing in AI applications within like the following collaborations. There's a big language model like a GigaChat. We know how it works, and the client comes to us and says, okay, can we implement that? Now, HR is kind of conflicting with AI right now. You know, you mentioned one big website with a lot of CVs. I'm not going to name the name. It's just yesterday we posted a job opening, and I suggested, you know, like using AI to scan CVs. But applicants also use CVs. You know, they use AI and to apply for all the job openings. And you know, I just like made a description. we ask the job seekers to indicate their favorite song when responding to a job description, job application, and only 3% of people did this. And so, yes, we're all fighting for this talent, and Galina is right here. It's a non-trivial task, You have to also unlock their potential, not only to find the talent. We had an interesting challenge. I hope I will be understood in the right manner. But anyway, asked people, who is your symbol of talents? Elon Musk. Well, let's call someone and try to find a person who makes interviews together with Elon Musk. And we found this person who works together with Elon Musk when selecting engineers. One question is, he comes to his HR team and asks, how do we filter out the following? How the recruiters can answer this question. If a young Nikola Tesla came to us today, how would we be sure to take him in the company? This is where AI can help, Because it's not like we have a talent in the company, but no, you have to help this talent to grow, to unlock their potential, and that's a myriad of challenges that can be resolved by AI, but I don't think AI will replace us. It will assist us. Yes, Galina talked about integration, the person who will integrate. I think there's not a lot of showcases how AI can help and assist me. And there's a big concern that it will replace me. But if we talk about the young people, we're talking about talents. But if you talk about the talents, 30 to 50 years old, because if you talk about School 21, anyone of any age can come to the school and start to code, to learn how to code. By the way, we have a special section. We have an interview. It's like we have a separate section called Enter in IT Industry at 40 years old, where we discuss what a 40-year-old needs to do to become an IT specialist. You might have adult kids, you might have some career success already, but can you become an IT expert? Some people decide and remember that they actually have technical background, or maybe they coded. But if you can think algorithmically, if you understand how to build algorithms between the systems, then the programming language or other language that we know, Russian, English, Chinese, or whatever, is important. Having these algorithmical principles. There are many people at 40 years old who will work on that very efficiently and will do a great career. Galina, what do you think about that? Because yesterday I ran into a former colleague of mine who graduated from the journalist school, and he is now a data science at Sber. That's a real story. I don't know how old he is, by the way, but he's definitely in his 40s. Well, my current colleague who graduated from a journalism school is now working on artificial intelligence products. Well, I graduated from a geographical faculty, and I'm involved in IT. And I have an IT education, but I work in HR. So the answer is yes. Simple example. In my previous company, we had an amazing system analyst, system architect, I would even say. Everyone went to this guy for advice. Nothing was done without his okay. He was 65 years old. So I believe everything depends on you. Absolutely right. I'm sure there will be more and more cases like that. Age, unfortunately, is something that we have to face, and aging. It's inevitable. Anyway, friends, will there be some new jobs in AI and talent management? Top 3 HR and talent management AI-driven jobs. What will be the new jobs here? Well, talking about new experts, new jobs, ethics. I'll go back to ethics. There should be something that will track ethical problems, discrimination, and so on. Yes, we will need someone who will work on efficiency, not on mundane tasks, strategic planning on how to work with talent, because I think it will be harder and harder to enter the labor market. Yeah, if you look at the demographical situation, that will be a challenge too. Yeah, well, Igor, I would say that we create a software. There are some software solutions that track all the tasks. It's called, the first letter is G, the last letter is A. I'm not going to name the product, but it tracks everything. Anyway, the point of the software is to control who's doing what. We're making a team management system that is more human-centric. We look at our informal roles. We look at creative tasks. Some people who implement the task and who think up the tasks. And I think this informal team building and mentorship is something that is going to be in demand. Mentor, I think, might be a new job. It's pretty promising. And I think this is a role of any leader to unlock and develop the talent. This is my personal responsibility, by the way. And that is a major challenge. Thank you, Igor. Thank you, Galina. Thank you very much for your insights. Well, let's hope that we will have enough jobs. I'm confident that we will. And the approach to working with employees will be more targeted, and this will help us to address a huge number of challenges in the labor market. We're slowly approaching the final part of our podcasts, and we will try to find out, will there be new jobs with fundamentally new skills? Or will we see some fine-tuning thanks to AI and other technologies? We'll look into that.